What defines a civilization? Which civilization is the oldest? In fact, which is the oldest civilization that is still in existence? A question many ask online. But what defines a civilization? A religion, a language, an ethnicity, or a culture? Let's find out. Back in some 10,000 BCE, you find yourself stuck in a forest for a long time. After trying hard to get out, you finally see a pathway, a bullock cart, and some houses. You shout, finally, some civilization. But is that a civilization? Or is it simply a culture? What is civilization and culture? Culture here is not how we understand it, but it is in the archaeological context. From archaeological sites, we understand two levels of human society: culture and civilization. A culture is where the society is at basic level. In simple terms, they have a specific kind of pottery, housing style, agricultural techniques, but lower population and have not developed complex social or political hierarchies. When these simple society develop into a complex one, they transit from cultures to civilization. A civilization is defined by development of a political state, social stratification, urbanization, development of language and writing system. These factors evolve culture, religion, art, and philosophy, making it unique from other civilizations. In time, civilizations expand, invade, intermix, fade, and decay. Today, there are nations and states which claim descent from an older civilization. Now, the question arises: which is the oldest surviving civilization? Today, people define civilization based on political, linguistic, genetic, religious, and cultural continuity. But individually, these continuity does not make a civilization. Religion cannot define civilization. Thailand, Bhutan, Japan, Sri Lanka, and Mongolia are nations with prominent Buddhist population, but they are not the same civilization. Ethnicity or language cannot define civilization. Turkey and Kazakhstan are both Turkic people, but not the same civilization. In fact, Turks were nomadic culture who migrated and settled in different existing civilizations. Turks who settled in the former Byzantine Empire became Turkish, while those who settled in Central Asia, where native culture was Iranian, became Kazakh and other nations. Having same political structure does not make a civilization either. India, Germany, and Singapore are parliamentary republics, but still not from the same civilization. Just having same geography does not give claim to civilization either. United States cannot claim roots in the Native American cultures. If a country wants to claim continuity in an ancient civilization, the connection has to be closer. Claiming roots to ancient civilization gets stronger if there are continuity on multiple factors: polity, ethnicity, religion, culture, and languages. Let us see the highest to lowest connection between ancient civilizations and their modern nations. Japan has political continuity from the time of earliest rulers to modern Japan. It is the same monarchical dynasty that has been ruling Japan. Ethnically, the Japanese people are the descendant of the same people who used to live in ancient Japan. Even today, Shinto is a dominant religion of the Japanese people, and so its culture, its language, they all are derived from the earliest civilization in Japan. Similarly, but not so similarly, in India, the ethnicity of modern Indians can be traced back to Indus Valley civilization. The religion which India prominently follows in majority has its root in Indus Valley civilization. Similarly, the culture and languages that they speak today have origins in ancient India, whether it's Sanskrit or Tamil. China has the same ethnicity, same culture, and same linguistic continuity, but being an official atheist state, They are disconnected from their original folk religion. The Iranians trace their ethnicity and language from the ancient Iranians, but they don't have a religious or cultural continuity. While Greece trace their ethnicity and language to the ancient Greeks, their religion and culture is not the same. Then we come to Egypt. While it's one of the oldest civilizations, currently only ethnicity is what connects modern Egyptians to the ancient Egyptian. Their religion, culture, and even language do not survive today. Even the Copts, who originally spoke the Coptic language and a descendant of ancient Egyptian language, does not exist as a first language. Sadly, nothing is left of the Mesopotamian civilization. Only surviving Assyrians who speak Neo-Aramic languages and practice Christianity are the only footnote of this ancient great civilization. Then there are countries that cannot claim to be independent civilization. Spain has always been part of Western civilization since Roman Empire. Tajikistan has been part of the Persian civilization, while Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan are part of Indian civilization. Then comes the periphery states, which overlap between two or more civilizations. Afghanistan lies between India and Iran, and while they speak Iranian languages like Pashto and Dari, historically Gandhara and Kabul has been part of Indian civilizational sphere. Mainland Southeast Asia, which was aptly referred to as the Indochina, lies between Indian and Chinese civilizations and hence historically came under both Indian and Chinese civilizational influence. After globalization, the world has become one civilization, and since then, exchange of goods, services, ideas, information has made every civilization more similar to each other than ever before. Therefore, it would be incorrect to term clashes of nations as clashes of civilizations. So, which is the oldest surviving civilization? Before answering this question, we must check the earliest timeline of civilizations and the parameters of political, ethnic, religious, cultural, and linguistic continuity. Mesopotamian civilization has its origin in 4th millennium BCE, but nothing is left of it except Aramaic speaking Christian Assyrians. The Egyptian civilization goes back to 3rd millennium BCE, but only ethnic continuity is seen today. The Indus Valley civilization goes back to 3rd millennium BCE and still has ethnic, linguistic, cultural, and religious continuity in modern India. The Chinese civilization goes back to 2nd millennium BCE and they have an ethnic, cultural, and linguistic continuity. The Greek civilization goes back to 2nd millennium BCE, but only ethnic and linguistic continuity remain. Out of these oldest civilizations, only Indian civilization has continuity in most of the criteria. The Rakhigadi DNA has proven genetic continuity from Indus Valley civilization to modern India, while the languages spoken during the Indus Valley civilization can be either an Indo-Aryan language or a Dravidian language, which is still spoken today in India. Culturally, bangles, yoga, swastika, and religious practices of ritual bathing, fire altar, worshipping mother goddesses, and rivers were practiced during Indus Valley civilization, which later got assimilated in modern Hinduism. How that could have happened is a topic for another time. Today, the world has become one civilization, interconnected with commerce, internet, and exchange of ideas. Therefore, every civilization is in some way a collective heritage of everyone. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast. Subscribe and stay tuned to Pravyam Now for more content on history, mythology, fiction, food, and culture. This is Pranav signing off. Tada!